How's it doing, everyone? This is GalactiKat, and from what you can see in the title, this might be kind of a controversial video. I'm a believer that school beyond high school is not really all that necessary unless you're going to go be a doctor or an engineer or something super highly specific. It's not worth your time due to the debt ratio that you incur from actually going to school and what you might actually get out of a job. If you're just trying to provide for your family and just better yourself, it's almost a better idea just to go and find work right after high school or even start working during high school. Now, this video has been around for a little while and I've never actually seen it. It just popped up on my feed and it seemed pretty interesting. I'm seeing that this is a song and it's from a channel called Boyinaband, and I believe the gentleman's name is Dave. So let's jump in and see what he's got to say, because I've never seen this. One thing right off the bat, I love how it's just nice, calm, and gentle, and then just that harsh ass message, don't stay in school.
I wasn't taught how to get a job, but I can remember dissecting a frog. I wasn't taught how to pay tax.
No shit, that's important. Yeah, they taught me how I cut open a frog, but nobody ever taught me how to understand taxes in school. Fuck.
But I know loads about Shakespeare's classics. I was never taught how to vote. They devoted that time to defining isotopes. I wasn't taught how to look after my health, but mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Never spent a lesson on current events. Instead, I studied the old American West. I was never taught what laws there are. I was never taught what laws there are.
Yeah, do you guys ever remember being taught any of that in school? I certainly don't.
Repeat, I was not taught the laws for the country I live in, but I know how Henry VIII killed his women. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. Glad that's in my head instead of financial advice. I was shown the wavelengths of different hues of light, but I was never taught my human rights. Apparently there's 30. Do you know them? I don't. Why the hell can't we both recite them by rote? I know igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary rocks, yet I don't know squat about trading stocks or how money works at all. Where does it come from? How does the thing that motivates the world function? Not taught to budget and disperse my earnings. I was too busy there rehearsing cursive. Didn't learn how much it costs to raise a kid and what an affidavit is, but I spent days on what the quadratic equation is. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. They made me learn that over basic first aid, or how to recognize the most deadly mental disorders or diseases.
Yeah, you know, one thing I'm really noticing in this, one, I didn't expect a whole lot from this video, but the song is really good, and this guy is on point with his rhymes. Not even a hip-hop fan, but this guy's super good at what he's doing. But nothing he's saying I can argue with. When was the last time you actually used the quadratic equation? Unless you're maybe an engineer, but when in your day-to-day life? When? I don't remember that. And we've never been taught any of our basic human rights. Like he said, there's 30 of them. How many can you recite? Guess what? I can't recite one. Not one. Or basic first aid. I can't argue with this guy. He's on point with everything that he's saying.
Preventable causes, or how to buy a house with a mortgage if I could afford it. Because
oh shit, that's scary.
Maths was deemed more important than advice that would literally save thousands of lives. But it's cool, because now I could tell you if the number of unnecessary deaths caused by that choice was prime. Never taught present-day practical medicines, but I was told what the ancient Hippocratic method is. I've got a headache, the pain is ceaseless, what should I take? Maybe try some leeches? Could we discuss domestic abuse and get the facts, or how to help my depressed friend with a mental state? No, but learn mental maths, because you won't have a calculator with you every day. They say it's not the kids, the parents are the problem. Then if you taught the kids to parent, that's the problem solved then. All this advice about using a condom, but not for when you actually have a kid when you want one. I'm only fluent in this language. For serious, the rest of the world speaks too. Do you think I'm an idiot? I chose the solo over the political system, so like a typical citizen now I don't know what I'm voting on. Which policies exist or how to make them change. Mais oui, je parle un peu de français. So at 18 I was expected to elect a representative for a system I had never ever been presented with. But I won't take it. I'll tell everyone my childhood was wasted. I'll share it everywhere how I was educated, and insist these pointless things don't stay in school.
Can't explain why a subject is applicable to most people's lives. that subject should not be mandatory. Introduce those topics, yes, but we should choose if we want to learn more. Nobody should be forced to learn something that isn't practically useful. Now, 2 things. 1, that guy is absolutely amazing at what he does. He is a fantastic musician. 2, I can't argue with him. He's totally on point. And at the end of the video, like he said, a lot of these subjects should be introduced, but never mandatory. And I completely agree. I'm sure everybody in high school took an economics class. How many of you actually learned how to budget your earnings, how to split them up between bills, food, anything else that might come up? How many of you can balance a checkbook, like to the last penny? And we aren't being taught the things that actually should be taught, like basic first aid. How many of you could actually tie a tourniquet? I know I barely could. How many people actually understand a mortgage or the mortgage interest rates and things like how they work? Now, I don't know how it is in other countries, but in the US, counting kindergarten, there is 13 years of school going through kindergarten to the end of high school. And during that time, we are force-fed so much crap that nobody ever remembers. Do you remember all your geometry? Do you remember all your algebra? When was the last time you used that in your daily life at all? I haven't. I use basic math in my day-to-day life. That gets me by just fine. How many of you had to take political science in high school? And do you know how to vote on the different issues? Do you know how to vote on different policies and what they actually mean? I fucking don't. And how many of us were actually taught how to get a job, how to write a resume, how to behave during an interview, how to greet a potential employer, how to even seek them out? Again, Dave's got a point. I'll leave the video down below for you guys to check out if you want to hear without my dumbass commentary on there. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and please consider what he was saying, because I think it's kind of an important message, to be honest. All right, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.